What's up? So, I'm gonna go over my programming for myself for the next 6 months, for sure, but possibly the plan is for an entire year. And what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing the Squat Everyday program. And the Squat Everyday program is number one is probably no, it is my favorite way or my favorite method of programming. Um, and the a very short rundown of how it works is as follows. You show up each day, squat every day, and you work up to a daily minimum. Okay. And what that means is you're going to find the heaviest weight for that day, or you work up to a daily max. But you're working up to a weight that you can move quickly and without grinding or without needing to get um, um, really like worked up or fired up. Like you can just do it without, if you want like the technical term, you can hit this weight without any type of arousal, right? Meaning you don't need to listen to crazy music, you don't need to get hyped up, you don't need to take, pre-workout, anything like that. And so, um, this actually was the program that I had the most success with on my squat. So I'll show you a very ugly 315 from this is June 2017. So let's take a look at this. You could just see right there how ugly this is. I don't think I even, yeah. So I mean, I barely hit parallel on that, which it's fine at that time. But um, the thing with this is you, my philosophy and the way that I think you develop the most, from an aesthetic standpoint, but also from a bulletproofing and injury prevention and healing perspective, is to have strength and control through the entire range of motion. And so this time around, we're going to be having um, much uh, we're going to be using the full range of motion, and also not going to have a belt this go around, mainly because I don't have a belt, and somebody took this belt, so that's okay. But you can see, like, this is disgusting, and I remember this squat, it felt gross, right? So when you're doing the squat everyday program, you never want to do this. Okay. Um, this is a AMRAP, as many reps as possible. This one's from 2017 in August. The other one was in June 2017. So this is after that other ugly squat. Same stuff. I mean, this is 11 reps at 255. Not bad for somebody who weighs 150, but again, you can see like we've got the belt going. Range of motion is not that great. So this is gonna be the form here that we're gonna use on this go around. So no belt, same body weight. We're starting off with 225, and you can see way better, right? And I'm going to be using the heel elevation, obviously, but just like uh, the loading scheme, like how am I gonna progress this? Well, with squat every day, each day is its own thing. So you show up and you find, you know, what's the right weight for today, and you work up to that, you know, daily maximum. And the thing with that is, if you're not disciplined and uh, mature, you're gonna end up trying to chase numbers and try to put more weight on than you should on that day. And even though, like, I got the last time I did this at, you know, I think 2019, um, I went from you know, ugly 315 to a very solid 345, I think, which is a good jump. And over 4 months, I was a little bit too greedy, and I probably had more grindy reps I than what I would like. But this time around, the loading scheme is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to add about 3 pounds per week. So I'm interested to see in how this will go, but I'm gonna accumulate, I'm gonna accumulate about 6 months at weights that are gonna be fairly light. Um, going from 225 to 400, 175. So in those 6 months, I'm only adding about 87 pounds. So, um, I mean, I mean, at that point, that's a heavy squat for me. So it'll take, you know, I think the first 3 months are going to be kind of cruising. Because as you can see, like, this squat is not a problem. And again, full range of motion, no belt. And so that's the speed that I should, you know, hit on all of my squats. One other thing that I'm doing is I love the overhead press. The overhead press is hands down my favorite lift. There's just something that is so, like, badass about pressing the weight overhead, you know. Um, and to me, it just signifies, like, you know, a real display of strength to be able to press a weight over your head. And so I did the same actually in 2019 while I was squatting every day. I was also pressing every day, but I was doing a press in front. And this time around, I'm going to do a behind the neck press. Um, but I got up to, I think, 165 on my overhead press, which is very, very good. Um, Especially for being as light as I am, and you know, I have very long arms, and that makes it more difficult. Um, so applying the same thing, same loading scheme, same principles. This one, I admit, was a little bit too grindy already. Like, this is too early to be grindy like this. And this is 125. I should have kept this one at 115 today, but that's all right. Um, and then today's workout, we finished with seated good mornings and a lift, the hip flexor lift. And we'll get into that at another time, but that's the plan as far as um, training goes for this year. There is another component, so I'm not just doing squatting and pressing. I'm running the ATG program, a version of the ATG program as well. Let me see if I here's the squatting plan, and here is this part of the program is actually more of the bulk of the program, and this is for athleticism and injury prevent bulletproofing, and it's using, you know, the ATG principles. So, and I think I'll get some very good development from this as well. And most of this is just two other exercises, 10 sets. And so these are all the points that I need to work on to become more injury proof and more athletic. I mean, and I'll dive into these at another time, but today was the seated good morning and the reverse squat. Real quick on today's uh, email newsletter, it's about chicken tenders, one of the best fat loss tools that you can use. Um, Definitely a quadrant one food on the food enjoyment matrix, and checks off all four lenses of fat loss. Um, Low calorie density, tastes good, convenient, meaning fast and easy to track. Um, so that's that. That's all for today. A little bit more of an update on training. My plan is on the Instagram. I'll have a update on the day's training, um, along with whatever regular content that I post on there. Like today's piece was about chicken tenders, so um, yeah. So if you have questions, feel free to let me know. If this is helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And I just my goal is to help other people um, feel how easy and also how wonderful it is to be really strong and really lean and have no like without any drama. That's kind of the big purpose, the big picture idea is like this none of this stuff needs to be dramatic. Like I know so much of the fitness world is about either making you feel guilty or then talking shit about people who do that, and like then it's all the dramatics about mental health and this and that, and all totally fine. But personally, I like to do things in a way that's simple, easy, um, simple, useful, and pleasant. I like that acronym SUP, simple, useful, and pleasant. If it's not that, then, what are we really doing? Wasting time. So that's it for today. I will see you on the next go around.